All right, welcome to this afternoon. Thanks for coming, guys. Please come gather around my mat. Come on over. Take a comfortable seated position. I've been thoroughly enjoying these mornings where the sunlight's been pouring in early after a long winter of darkness. Having those mornings where the light's shining in, it's just like I eagerly get out of bed, throw open the drapes, and just sit there for a second admiring the blue sky and the light as it hits my skin. And I was thinking, that's exactly what a yoga practice is meant to be. It's meant to be a metaphorical throwing open of the drapes, kind of letting the light in, our own, other people's lights and the light that surrounds us, but also unveiling our own light so that we can shine to our fullest potential. So consider your practice this afternoon, kind of ways of, the way we set up the body is a skillful action of pulling open the drapes open. You can't just like lay in bed and wish the drapes to be open. You actually have to get out, throw them open yourself and admire the view. So there's skillful action involved in that expansive state of feeling the sun against your skin. So close your eyes for a sec. And show me what in your body, what drapes closed, long, cold winter looks like in your body. Yeah, shoulders are curled forward, the front body's a little collapsed. It's not so comfortable. Now show me drapes thrown open, admiring, savoring the sunlight, looking at the blue in the sky. Yeah, the side body gets really long, the front body's spacious, the heart, the throat's open. Keep this one. Let's do this one today. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra in prayer position in front of your chest. This is a universal gesture of honor, of reverence. And this path toward what makes us feel expanded, what makes us feel like our brightest selves. The yoga path is, of course, only one set of tools to get there. But to our universal longing to feel our best, let's take one Om together. Breathe in. May our practice serve our highest potential and also support others' highest. Bow your head to your hands. Lift your head, open your eyes, and release your hands. You can return to your mat, hands and knees, please, tabletop. All right, to start, set your knees, your feet hip bone width apart, and shine your fingers out like rays of the sun. With your next inhale, tilt your bum up to the ceiling, reach your chest through your arms, look up comfortably, exhale, round and press into your back, release the chin downward. Take these first initial cat-cows back and forth with your breath, make them exploratory cat-cows. How does your back feel this afternoon? What parts feel stuck? What parts feel a little more open? Maureen, widen your hands, dear. Yeah, thanks. Inhale as you shine your heart forward. Exhale as you press into the back body. And feel the oppositional tilts of the pelvis. The oppositional actions through the lower back. And take one more up and down, back and forth, please. And when those are complete, return to a neutral spine. And still rooting through the floor with all 10 finger pads, curl your toes under. Press up and back to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And get from the base of the shoulder blades, the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, root down through the arms into the mounds of the pointer fingers. Check out your heels and align your heels behind your second toes and extend your inner thighs toward the back wall, while you make your lower back buoyant and full. Take a couple big breaths while you stretch into the floor and stretch back towards the wall simultaneously. How do the legs feel this afternoon? How about the back, the shoulders? And step your feet towards your hands, please. Uttanasana, standing forward folds. Bring your feet parallel and even. And with an inhale, slide up your legs, slide up your shins to your knees and stretch your chest forward. Look forward on the floor and draw your shoulder blades toward each other, half lift. And then bow fully towards your legs. Slide your hands down towards the earth, towards your feet. If your fingertips touch, they can rest. Tip your weight a little forward into the front parts of the feet. And feel into the backs of the legs, parts of the back. Place your hands on your waist. Lengthen the sides of your body. Take your shoulders back. Inhale, rise to standing all the way up. Release your arms to your side. We'll do a few slow sun salutes. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward towards the earth. Step back with your right foot into a lunge. Check your front knees vertically on top of your front ankle. Hug your feet toward each other in an act of stability that will help build your crescent pose. Inhale, raise your spine and arms to the sky. Good. Return your hands to the floor, outer shoulder width apart. Press back to plank. Good. Again, root all 10 finger pads into the floor and lower 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the ground. Turn your feet so the tops of the feet compress into the floor. Lengthen your tailbone away from your head. And with your inhale, stretch your chest forward and up. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower forward and down. I'll get you to do 2 more of those to warm up the back a bit more. Inhale as you raise your chest forward and up. Super strong legs. Exhale, lower forward and down. And last one. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you lower. And curl your toes under. With your hands still in line with your chest, press up and back to downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And with your hands again, outer shoulder width apart, root from the bottom tips of the shoulder blades down into the hands. Should help shift your chest back. Inhale, raise both heels high away from the floor. Exhale, extend them actively toward the floor. And again, inhale as you lift both heels high. Exhale as you extend them down. And one more time. Inhale as you stretch them up. Exhale as you extend them down. Keep them reaching down and then take your right leg back parallel to the floor, please. One-legged dog, three-legged dog. And then step your right foot all the way forward. Grab it, bring it up if you need to manually until the knee can vertically stack on top of the ankle. Hug your feet toward each other so the right hip shifts back, the left hip shifts forward. Inhale, rise up, full crescent. That's it. Return your fingers to the floor. Step up to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Make your feet parallel and even. Inhale, slide up your legs, halfway lift. Draw your shoulder blades toward each other. Exhale, bow fully. And all the way up, raise your spine, your arms, your eyes, your heart. Exhale, bring your hands down your midline. Yeah, let's do it again. Inhale as you stretch up. Exhale with your fold forward. Take a big step back with your left foot, lunge. Set your left hand on the floor wider to the left. You can be on fingertips or palm. Keep your left shoulder back and raise your right arm wide and up in a twist. Again. Return your hands to the floor, outer shoulder width apart, even the left one. Step back to plank, Palakasana. Stretch your inner thighs toward the sky as you lengthen your tailbone to the back wall and slowly lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shalabhasana variation. Interlace your fingers behind your back, please. Locust variation. Good. Super strong legs. Hug your shoulder blades toward each other. Lengthen your arms. Inhale, lift your legs, chest, and arms. Come on up. Exhale, lower down, but keep the hug in your upper back. Twice more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. And one more, please. Inhale and exhale. Good. Return your hands on the floor in line with your chest. Lift up and back, downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And pay attention to what's connected to the floor, so much so that it kind of allows you to build a more strong structure of your body, of the rest of the pose. Extend your left leg back, please, one-legged dog. And step your left foot all the way forward, grab it, bring it up, lunge. Set your right hand on the floor a little wider to the right, on fingertips or palm. Keep your right shoulder back and raise your left arm wide and up in a twist. Yeah, still shine your chest towards the windows. Yeah, return your fingertips to the floor for balance. Step up to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Place your feet parallel and even on the breath in. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow toward your legs. Head all the way up. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down your center line. Good. Inhale, again, stretch up. Exhale, bow forward towards the earth. And step back with your right foot, lunge. Crescent side bend. Hug your feet toward each other. Inhale, rise up through your spine and arms. Use your left hand to hold your right wrist. Anchor down through your feet, and then side bend to the left. Keep your heart as lifted as you can, the throat open. This is an innately unstable position. What can you do to get yourself more freedom in it? That's the name of the game. Return your spine and arms up through center, then replace your hands on the floor, outer shoulder width apart. Press back to plank. Yeah. Firm your legs, then lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Root the tops of your feet. Lengthen your tailbone to the back wall. Inhale, raise your chest forward and up for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower forward and down. Good. Curl your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Extend your right leg back, one-legged dog. Bend the knee and flip the right hip open like you're trying to stack your right hip over your left. Watch the left shoulder blade will want to collapse inward. Keep reaching the left shoulder blade more forward. Yeah, step your right foot all the way forward. Grab it, bring it up till the knee's on top of the ankle. Hug your feet toward each other and root like crazy through the right mound of the big toe. Inhale, lift your spine and arms to the ceiling, crescent side bend. Use your right hand to hold your left wrist. Anchor down through parts of you touching the floor and side bend away from the entrance door wall. And then feel what's going on in your body. Where's the stretch located? Is it in that just right zone? Yeah, the stretch has to serve, the outer form has to match the inner form. Come up through center, return your fingertips to the floor and step up to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. And inhale, halfway lift, stretch your chest toward the floor in front of you. Exhale, bow fully. All the way to standing, reach up, breathe in. Exhale, bring your hands down your midline. Last one. Inhale as you stretch up. Exhale as you fold forward. Step back with your left foot, lunge. And inhale, raise your spine to vertical and bring your hands to your heart in prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Set your gaze on the floor on the outside of your right foot. That's another way to anchor with the gaze. And then take a twist opposite elbow, left elbow to right knee, opposite elbow to knee. Hug from the outer hips to the core of the pelvis, and from that place of stability, open your chest as fully as you can to the right. Even the pressure of palm against palm, actively rooting into each other, helps get that expansion through the chest, the collarbones. Yeah, return your gaze and your hands to the floor, outer shoulder width apart. Press back to plank. And watch the inner hands. Keep them rooted to the floor as you bend your elbows. Lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. And interlace your fingers behind your back, locust variation again. And strong legs. Inhale, lift your legs, chest, and arms. Come on up. Exhale, lower down. Good. Twice more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. And last one. Inhale. So awaken strength in the back body. Exhale, lower down. Return your hands on the floor in line with your chest. Press up and back. Downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make your arms strong as they press more actively into the floor, and extend your left leg back, one-legged dog. Bend the knee, flip the hip. Continually reach forward with your right shoulder blade. Watch the stability of the shoulders. Step your left foot all the way forward. Grab it, bring it up till the knee's on top of the ankle. Good. Inhale, raise your spine to vertical and bring your hands to your heart. And set your gaze on the floor on the outside of your left foot, and then take a twist to your left. Good. Hug from the outer hips to the core again. Reach the inner right thigh toward the ceiling, and then open up as fully as you can to the side. And if you need to look down, that's totally great. That can help with balance sometimes. Yeah, now do look down, set your hands on the floor, at least your fingertips. Step up to standing forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow fully, full Uttanasana. Through the strength of your legs, rise to standing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your hands down your midline. Good. Extend your hands behind you, interlace the fingers and chest expander. Good. Bend your elbows to gain greater access to the shoulder blade area. Scoop the tailbone a little bit toward the floor. Lengthen the sides of the body like crazy. Float the heads of the arm bones up, take them way back so the shoulder blades move closer together. Then try to straighten your elbows. Inhale here, and with your exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana with chest expander. And so if the shoulders are tight, you can keep the hands on the lower back and just work the shoulder blade action, drawing them closer together. Otherwise, extend the knuckles towards the sky. What's happening with the shoulders this afternoon? Where's the stretch located in your body? What kind of information can you gather from this position? Yeah. Root through your legs to rise. Inhale, come all the way up. Release your fingers at the top and set the arms beside you. All right. So I'm going to move through some standing poses together. We'll start with Warrior Two. So take a giant step back with your right foot, please. We'll face the side wall. Just check your left toes are facing the windows and your right toes are facing this long edge of the mat. With an inhale, raise your spine and arms. Exhale, bend your left knee towards square. Just check your knees on top of your ankle, tracking in the direction of the second toe. Take your right thigh back so it makes your bum stick out a little bit, and then scoop your left cheek down. And hug your feet toward each other to get the inner thighs lit up a little bit. And then rise up gloriously towards the sunlight with the sides of the body, the front of the body, even the back body's full. Virabhadrasana B. And from here, you'll head to angle pose. Take a breath in here with the arms wide. And as you exhale, bend forward, set your left elbow on your left knee. And for today, for right now, just stretch the free arm towards the ceiling, palm facing this way. Parsvakonasana. We're going to head back up to Warrior Two. Inhale, raise your spine and arms. Set your back hand on your back leg for Exalted Warrior. Flip your front palm up. Inhale, stretch up through the left side torso. Exhale, extend back. Without losing the knee bend, which can inadvertently happen. Yeah, I was just going to suggest pressing your knee up, widening the heel a little bit first. There we go. And pressing your knee into my hand a little bit, right there. Beautiful. One more breath. Yeah, come up through Warrior Two, then windmill your hands, set them on the floor, plank position. Press back, please. Yeah, lower slow, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Root the tops of the feet, Cobra. Inhale, raise your chest forward and up. Exhale, lower forward and down. Curl your toes under, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. From here, I'll get you to transition to Malasana, to the squat position. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, bend your knees, look where your hands are. Then step your feet, or if you wish, hop your feet forward. And turn the feet out a little bit, and as you bend your knees, make sure they track in the direction of your second toes. Press your knees into the fleshy parts of the legs, and vice versa. And as you press arms into legs, legs into hands, dip the seat lower to the floor, and raise your chest as high as you can. Take the shoulders back. And 2 more breaths here, please. And set your fingers on the floor. As you lift to standing forward fold, turn your toes forward. Even though the feet are a little wider, bow fully. Release your head, your back, and your arms. Place your hands on your waist. Side body long, shoulders back. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Okay, let's do the second side. Take a giant step back with your left foot towards Warrior Two. Align your right foot to face the windows, and the right heel tracks to the middle of the back foot. Push your back toes out a little bit there. There we go. Inhale, firm your thighs, raise your spine, then bend your right knee towards square. Take the left thigh back more, and scoop the tailbone a little bit. And just double check your right knee hasn't collapsed inward toward the arch. Good. Angle pose. Take a breath in. With your exhale, bend forward, set your right elbow on your right knee, and stretch your left arm to the ceiling. So not only are you invited to pay attention to what's going on through the feet, how to align the muscles, or how to align the bones, how to engage the muscles, but also shine out fully. So pour like an intelligent quality through the entirety of your body, even the left hand, right fingers, the facial muscles, the breath. Good. Up to warrior two. Inhale, raise your spine and arms. Plant your left hand, your back hand on your back leg. Flip your front palm up. Inhale, stretch up through the right side body. Exhale, stretch back without losing your knee bend. Exalted warrior, warrior side bend. Keep your foot there, Tom. Just press your into my hand right here. There we go. Thank you. And up through warrior two, windmill your back hand forward. Set your hands on the floor. Plank position, please. Palakasana. Good. Lower slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Good. Cobra. Inhale, raise your chest forward up. Super strong legs. Exhale, lower forward and down. Good. Downward dog. Press up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yeah, the same transition to squat, please. Malasana. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bend your knees. Look forward. Step or hop your feet forward. Good. Open the toes a little bit. Track the knees in the direction of the second toes as you lower. Good. Press knees into arms, arms into knees. And how much contraction, how much muscle engagement is just right? That's unique to everybody. But the answer mainly is whatever serves your expansion, whatever serves the freedom in the body. So we only contract enough to shine as brightly as possible. One more breath. Set your fingers on the floor. Lift your hips, turn your toes forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shine your heart more forward. Exhale, bow toward your legs. Release your head. Get all the way to standing. Stretch up. Raise your arms. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Good. Release your arms to your sides. All right, so we're going to use angle pose and head into half moon balance. Does anybody know already they need a block for half moon? Yeah, okay. So take a giant step back with your right foot. We'll start an angle pose where we just were. Good. Align your left heel to the middle of your back foot again, familiar territory. Inhale, raise your spine and arms. Turn your left toes out, please. Pardon me. Left toes out, yep, there we go. Angle pose. Inhale, raise your spine and arms. Exhale, bend your left knee, this knee towards square, yeah. The block will be in the right hand or close to the foot on the left side. Yeah, there we go. Take another breath in here, and as you exhale, bend forward and set your left fingers on the floor on the outside of your front foot. If the floor is not quite there, grab your block or give me a wave and I'll get you a block close to you. Yeah, this is angle pose, a little bit deeper version than you were just in with the elbow on the knee. And just a reminder, you can use the block the tall way, the medium way, or the short way, depending on how much length you need. Now place your right hand on your waist, just in case. Look down for this transition to half moon balance. Take a little hop in with your back foot. Lift up fully into your left leg. Walk your block hand forward and a little wider. Good. Press your standing leg to straight. Scoop your tailbone. And then press both legs shiny like reach for the back wall with your right foot. The other way, Alex. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And then finally extend your right arm to the sky, Ardha Chandrasana. Huge inner thigh stretch on the left, working balance and coordination, balance and stability. One more breath. Good. Bend your standing knee, touch down, warrior two-ish legs. Inhale, rise up. Good. Windmill your back arm forward, set the hands down, press back to plank. And lower slow, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Cobra. Inhale, raise your chest forward and up. Exhale, lower forward and down. Curl your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Malasana transition. Step or hop your feet forward. Good. Squat. How does this third repetition of squat feel compared to the first? There's probably a subtle difference. Or maybe not so subtle difference. Set your fingers on the floor for stability. Lift your hips, Uttanasana, turn your toes forward as you extend the legs and release the back. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch forward, exhale, bow fully. Okay, come all the way up, breathe in, raise your arms. Exhale, bring your hands down your midline. Okay, take a big step back with your left foot. We'll do a little standing sequence second side. So if you used your block on the first side, you might have it handy to the right, outside of the right foot. And start with the foot aligned. Make sure your right heel runs center line to the middle of the back foot. Okay. With your inhale, raise your spine and arms. Exhale, bend the right knee towards square. Hop your back foot that way a little bit, even more. Right there, thank you. Take a breath in here. With your exhale, bend forward. Set your right hand on the floor on the outside of your front foot, or use your block. And because your bicep probably connects to your outer knee, press the knee into the arm. Maybe not your bicep. Some part of your arm might be connected. Scoop the tailbone, lean back. So the stability of the legs serves and the feet serves the expansion through the chest, the shoulders. Place your left hand on your waist, look down, hop in with your back foot for this transition to half moon bounce. Tip up into your right leg. Walk your right hand forward and maybe a little wide for stability's sake. And from your pelvis, press out through both feet, even the one that's in the air. Scoop the tailbone, roll the top hip more open, top shoulder more open, and finally extend your left arm upward. Keep the breath ever present. One more time with the breath. And bend your standing knee, touch down, warrior two-ish legs. Inhale, rise up. Good. And windmill your back arm forward. Set your hands outer shoulder width apart. Press back, plank. Lower slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good recovery, Lorna. Good. Inhale, cobra. Raise your chest forward and up. Exhale, lower forward and down. Good. Curl your toes, press up and back. Downward facing dog, please. Take a breath in here, and with your exhale, bend your knees toward the transition of Malasana. Step or hop your feet forward. Good. And then mindfully deepen, dependent on what your availability, the knees, the backs of the lower legs, the hips, lower back. Good. Where can you be in this pose so that you're still stable? And not only stable, that you feel a degree of openness, even if it's just like an energetic heart openness. And return your fingers to the floor, lift up, Uttanasana with the feet wide, or turn your toes forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, bow. Good, all the way up, breathe in, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down your midline. Very nice. All right, so we're gonna do a knee to chest balance. You'll be standing on your left leg and bring the right knee up. So make sure first that your left toes are facing forward. That's the most important part. Shift your weight into your left leg, raise your right knee, and hold same hand to same knee. If you're able to extend the leg while holding the right big toe, that's option B. So get your chest super high. The inner left thigh heads back toward the wall behind you. The tailbone scoops down. Place your left hand on your waist or wide if you need to for balance. Take a breath in here. And with your exhale, open your right knee to the right. If you'd like to challenge your balance more, gaze to the left. The balance poses are great teachers. How do we stay stable in a fundamentally unstable position? There's lots of those in regular life. Inhale, bring your knee forward. Exhale, return your right foot to the floor. Yeah, make sure your right toes are facing forward as your new standing foot. And then raise your left knee. Hold on, same hand to same knee. Now first take your right inner thigh way back. Scoop the tailbone. And pause for an in-breath with the knee forward, and as you exhale, open the left knee to the left. And bring your knee forward with an inhale and release your left foot to the floor. Good. Inhale, raise both arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward towards the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, this will be let's transition to pigeon. Extend your right leg straight back. And then mindfully bring your right knee toward the back of your right wrist. Angle the right foot out so it's headed towards the back of the left wrist. Now before you get too deep in this posture, enliven your left foot so you can reach sideways, reach to the left through the left mound of the big toe. Rest your back knee on the floor and hug in from feet to pelvis so you feel the left front hip bone moving a little more forward and the right one moving back. Now assess matters here on your fingertips or palms and see what's going on. Make sure the right knee's comfortable to be here. If not, lessen the angle of the right leg. Good. And then walk yourself up as comfortably high as your potential allows right now. Would you like to do the reclined version instead?
I'm good.
You're happy? Okay, good. I'm happy too. All right. Now with the collarbones bright, the heart bright, you can stay here on fingertips. If you'd like a deeper stretch, this is where we're headed. A deeper stretch for the back thigh anyway. Reach back with your left hand and catch the back foot. So you'll need to bend the left knee to do that. And grab the outer edge of the foot if you have a holding option. Good. Stay lifted through the side body. Stay hugging in with the knees, the feet. Good. If deepening this posture makes you feel compacted and smaller in some way, that's an indication to back out and brighten yourself. Good. Release your back foot if you have it. Return your hands to the floor. Curl your back toes to straighten your back leg and press up and back, down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Ekapada Raja Kapotanasana. Pigeon, second side. Extend your left leg straight back. And then mindfully bring your left knee toward the back of your left wrist. Angle the foot out appropriate to this side. Good. Check your lower back leg runs parallel to this side of your mat. Good. And then hug in from feet to pelvis and feel the reciprocal action through the hips when you do that. Good. Assess left knee, assess your potential to deepen in this position, and then walk yourself up so the spine feels bright. And soften around the eyes. You can stay here on your fingertips with side bodies real long, or bend your back knee, reach back, grab your back foot with your right hand. Yeah, grab the big toe side, the inner edge of the foot. Did I say the outer edge foot before? Oh, whoops. All right, release your back foot if you've got it. Return your hands to the floor. Press back, downward dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, extend your right leg back, one-legged dog again. Bend the knee, flip the hip open. Keep the left shoulder blade still moving forward. Bowing pigeon, variation 2 for pigeon. Bring your right knee toward the back of your right wrist again. Enliven the right foot by pressing the mound of the big toe sideways. Good. Rest your back knee, hug in from feet to pelvis, and then bow forward onto your forearms or elbows. Same thing, forearms, elbows, or pillow hands even. Now this one tends to target more the outer hip, the outer glutes on this side. And we all have poses where we that are very much similar to savoring the sunlight hitting the skin, and this might be it for you today. Shavasana might be it for you today. Cold. Now, what do we need to do to get the sunlight to hit the skin? That's the question yoga answers. Come back to your hands, please. Yeah, curl your back toes to straighten your back leg. Press up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Extend your left leg back, one-legged dog, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, flip the hip open with your right shoulder blade actively reaching forward. And note if the inner hands have peeled off the floor, and make a deeper commitment to their connection to the ground. And now bring your left knee toward the back of your left wrist, bowing pigeon second side. Yeah, spend a moment to get really intentional about the left foot setup, the back leg setup, and then hug in. Recruit all you've got from the periphery into the core. Take a breath in and then bow forward. Okay, and as you bow, take care not to lose the spaciousness you've created through the chest. Keep the collarbones bright, wide, the chest open. We can get caught up in skillful action after skillful action, that proverbial to-do list that might run through your day-to-day. Let's take a moment to savor the feeling. What's going on? Where is the sensation? What's the breath like? A couple more breaths here. And then come back to your hands, please. Curl your back toes to straighten your back leg and lift up and back, down dog. Good. Plank pose, lean forward so your shoulders stack vertically over your wrists and slowly lower to the earth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Good. Take one belly breath in, inflate the lower back and the belly, and as you exhale, feel your front body deeper into the floor. Stretch your toes straight back and align your feet and knees to what feels like hip bone width apart. Good. Bend your knees, grab same hand to same foot, Dhanurasana bow pose. If the feet are inaccessible, do straight arms and straight legs instead. You'll still get the same awesome back strengthening benefits. Hug the inner thighs toward each other and brighten both sets of toes. Yeah? Yeah. All right. Hug the shoulder blades toward each other. Now try this, root the tops of the knees, kind of like the very tops of the knees. It should make your butt stick up a little bit. Keep that kind of action and then scoop the tailbone toward the back wall more. Good. Pause for an inhale, and as you exhale, press your feet into your hands, lift your chest, come on up to your brightest bow possible. Keep breathing. Good, and lower down, please. Release your feet. You can, for a moment, make pillow hands. Rest your forehead on them. And pause. Take a few belly breaths, lower back breaths as almost like a countermeasure, counter movement through use of the breath. Fill up the spot in your body, one of the spots in the body just got a lot of work, as if to infuse it with prana, with energy, or at least with the high caliber of your attention. Take one more, please. Good. Extend your right arm wide at shoulder height, palm down. Good. Set your feet as wide as your mat so you can just feel the outer edges of your mat with your feet. Walk your left hand a little bit wider to the left, and your gaze will be to the left. And make a 90-degree angle with the left arm so the elbow is up. Good. Now call your attention to your right head of the arm bone, the very top of the arm on the right side. Keep it away from the ground till it has to connect. That's how far you roll. So don't allow the shoulder to collapse inward initially. Do what you can do to keep it as far back through this transition. Raise your left leg off the floor and stretch it across your own body towards the neighbor on your right. And eventually the shoulder, the upper arm will connect against the floor. And in fact, use your left hand or fingertips on the floor to help open the left shoulder more to this left side. And return your left leg to the floor, and you can set it down wide again. Good. Change arms, extend your left arm out wide and walk your right hand a little wider to the right. Gaze to the right. Keep your left head of the arm bone way back and then raise your right leg up and over, please. Twist, prone twist. And assess how the shoulder feels today, the bicep even on this side, left side. As when the metaphorical drapes are closed in our lives, of course, we feel the chest compact, the shoulders curl in to protect the tenderness, the tender heart. This pose in itself gets into the pectoral muscles, opens up those areas that tend to collapse with the load of stress or closed drapes in our life. And return your right foot to the floor, right leg rather, to the floor. Set your hands on the floor in line with your chest and press up and back to child's pose, please. Balasana, Pranatasana. And set your feet together, knees wider. And just take some full breaths into the back body. Inflate your torso wider on your inhale, and with the exhale, encourage the chest to melt downward. And no matter where your position, what your position is, breathe into the back body a few rounds. The way of pouring energy, or pouring light into perhaps some dark spots or tender spots or stuck spots. And one more time. And slide your hands under your shoulders and slowly rise to seated. All right, take a comfortable seat. I just want to demonstrate this one. So you'll start in a kneeling position. You'll step your right foot forward, but make sure you've got hip bone width between the back knee and the front foot. The pelvis squares forward on this one. You'll scoop the tailbone toward the floor, and your right hand will remain on your right thigh for a moment. And you'll press down through the back toenails and the back foot. You'll windmill your left hand back, the chest will open to the side, and you'll set your fingers on your back heel, or you might have your block handy to close the gap between the floor and your hand. So the hand sets on the heels, and the freer arm that was on your thigh reaches wide and up. And you can even, if you need extra head support, use your hand to cradle your neck and press your head into your hand to open the throat more. To come back up, press through what's touching the floor, and back to the other side. All right, yes? Yes, ma'am. So come up to your knees, please. Anybody else want a block that doesn't have one? Good. Step your right foot forward. And check that you've got hip bone width between your knees for balance sake. Good. And just start by getting real tall through the sides of the body. You can double up your mat if you need extra padding for your back knee. Feel free. Good. Keep your right hand on your front leg and windmill your left hand back. Set your left hand on your heel or your block. You want one, Susan? Okay. Yeah, get fuller through the sides, more lifted through the chest by hugging the shoulder blades toward each other, and then take your right arm up, kind of sideways and up, alongside the ear, and then decide if you need that extra neck support. You can cradle the back of the head with the hand. Be in a position, while it might be a dynamic position, get yourself into a position that will serve a inner yes, like yeah, even if it's upon exiting the pose. One more breath. And root through the foot and the back leg. Inhale, lift up fully. Good, and then draw your right leg in. Switch sides. Yeah, so if you used a block, just set it on the back of the other heel. Step your left foot forward, please. Just pause here in this initial setup to lengthen the tail or scoop the tailbone. Get really tall through the sides of the body and already scoop the shoulder blades toward each other too. With your left hand on your thigh, windmill your right hand back and set your right hand on your heel, on your block. Good. And then do more lengthening of the side body, more scooping of the shoulder blades, and then brighten it to the fullest with your left arm placement. Good. If you feel wobbly, root through the left mound of the big toe more, the right toenails more. Hug the feet toward each other for more stability. And one more breath here, please. Good. Use your connection to the floor. Inhale, lift. Good. Good. And remove any props that are on your mat. Please draw your left leg in. Good. Come back to hands and knees, tabletop. We'll do thread the needle. You'll do thread the needle to help equalize a little bit. Make sure the knees and feet are hip bone width and the hands outer shoulder width to start. Raise your right arm wide And then thread your right hand to the back of your left wrist. Come on down to the outer right shoulder, right side head. And then walk your left hand a little wider to the left to make a 90-degree-ish angle, even if you're on fingertips here. Walk your knees forward, Tom. Yeah, there we go. Good. Tack your left hip bone back to bring a little bit more symmetry to the pelvis within the twist. Hug from the outer hips to the core of the pelvis, and then use your left hand pressing into the floor to get more space through the chest as it rolls open to this left side mat more. Make sure your left hand is somewhere that can support you on your way up. And with a strong left shoulder, come on and back up to tabletop. Good. Second side. Raise your left arm wide to the left and then thread your left hand to the back of your right wrist. Settle onto the outer left shoulder, left side head. Tack your right hip bone back. And use your right hand to deepen the rotation through the chest. Use your right hand to lift back up to table. And with an inhale, cow pose. Reach your chest through your arms, look up, tilt your bum up, and then press back to child's pose on the exhale. Widen your knees, set your feet together. And for this variation, you can keep your arms forward, or if you prefer, hands under the forehead. Wherever you rest, take some big back breaths. Inflate yourself wider. And exhale, melt your chest towards the earth. A couple more times. And slide your hands under your shoulders. Make your way back up to seated. And you can have a seat on your bum, please. Stretch your legs out ahead of you on the floor. All right, Janu Shasana, one-legged forward fold. Open your right knee wide and back, please. Yeah, with your right knee wide and back, tip to the right a little bit. Grab your left thigh, the straight leg thigh. Rotate the top of the thigh in and the flesh out. You're actually trying to move the thigh bone, not just the flesh, and then set it down. Good. Set your fingers on the floor behind you and press down through your fingers to tilt your bum back, and that should help deepen your lumbar curve. Draw your shoulder blades closer together. Good. And now take a look at your straight leg. Make it come alive by splaying the toes and rooting the back of the heel into the floor. And this may be enough. This upright position with the spine may be enough. If you're headed deeper from here, you can set your hands forward, one on either side of the straight leg. Keep height through the front body as you breathe in, and then hinge and extend forward actively through the chest on the exhale. You're welcome to do this with a straight right leg if you want. No, you're right there? All right, cool. That initial peek through the sunlight through my closed drapes this morning, kind of inviting me, enticing me out of bed to open them up. Wait for the breath. It invites you to go deeper in the pose. Wait for the body to naturally say, all right, I think you can hinge slightly forward now. Not the mind, more of the space just opens up for you to move into. Yeah, 2 more breaths here. And slowly lift as you breathe in. Good. Extend your right leg forward if you please. Switch sides, open your left knee wide and back. Tip to the left, tip to your bent knee side so you can grab the right thigh, the straight leg thigh, rotate the top of the thigh into the flesh out, and then set your right cheek down again. And return your fingers to the ground behind you and root through the back of your right heel, splay your right toes, and try to tilt your bum back more, deep in your lumbar curve. You can stay here or set your hands one on either side of your front straight leg. Inhale, keep this much height through the front body, and exhale, come forward. Hinge forward and walk your hands down. Kind of meet your first edge, meet your first the first kind of glimpse of like, whoa, that's enough for me right there. Knowing that it can shift through duration, through attention, through patience. Two more breaths from here. And slowly rise as you inhale and release your left leg to straight, please. Good. Take your hands to the right and your feet to the left. Bring your back foot right up close to you, and if you can, the top of the foot would rest, and root down through all 5 toenails on this side. The front heel sets at the front knee area, and that foot's also engaged, kind of like a front pigeon foot that you've got going on this side. With your weight into your right hand, lengthen your left knee away and down a little bit, and you'll scoop your tailbone also in that action. Keep that going on and walk around towards the back of your mat. Settle onto 1 elbow or 2 elbows or 2 hands. Couple more breaths here, please. And then return to your hands. Walk your way upright. Stay leaned into the right side. Swing your legs forward freely. Good. All right, place your hands to the left of you, feet to the right of you. Second side. Bring your back foot right up close with the top of the foot facing down if possible. Root through the 5 toenails on the right side and make your front foot more enlivened. Okay, with your weight into your left hand, lengthen the right knee away from the hip bone and scoop the tailbone. Good, then walk around towards the back of your mat. Okay, come on to 1 elbow, 2 elbows, or stay on your hands for that matter. So where you are in the pose, where do you need to be in the pose to make the spirit stay bright? You can overdo a pose, over-effort a pose, and everything contracts on the inside. Your brain, your heart, the inner dialogue fires up. How can you do a pose in a way that explores your edges, but keeps you expansive on the inside? And that's inner wisdom that arises, of course, through practice, through mindfulness, just through listening, just being receptive to that kind of guidance. 2 more breaths. And then return to your hands, please. Walk your way upright. Lean to the left and swing your legs forward freely. Good. Go ahead and recline onto your back, please. Not Shavasana yet, though. Bend your knees, set your feet on the floor. Draw your right knee to your chest, half happy baby, Ardha Ananda Balasana. And for this one, you can grab hold with 2 hands. Stay balanced on the back of your pelvis to the best of your ability. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, let the weight of your arm and gravity draw your right knee closer to the ground beside you. Let me give you one of these to play with. Hang on like that. And your right shoulder blade can stay down. For a deeper stretch, wiggle your left leg towards straight. And if it's straight, actively reach the left inner thigh toward the floor. Take 1 more breath here. Huge hip opener on the right. And then walk your left foot in to rebend the knee if it's not already, and release your right side. Return your right foot to the floor. Good. Second side, draw your left knee up. Come into half happy baby on the left. Externally rotate the left knee a lot. Pause for a breath in, and as you exhale, take your left shoulder blade as close or deepen it into the floor as much as you can. And no rush, but when the possibilities there, begin to wiggle your right leg out. Can you bring your toes closer to my hand? Good, that's good. Two more breaths. And then wiggle your right leg in, bend the knee, and then release your left side too. Pause with 2 feet on the floor, take a big breath in, and a super slow exhale. Good. Draw your knees into your chest evenly, hug them in. And rock a little left to right, side to side, please. Note if that feels pleasurable on your back, or if it doesn't, stay static. And then rock fully to the right side, please. Rest one knee on the floor, stacked on the other. Okay. And use your right hand, your bottom hand, to hold your knees together. Extend your left arm on the floor in front of you, fingertips touching the ground. And with your inhale, stretch up through your top hand towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, stretch back, allow your left shoulder blade to rest toward the floor. Good. Get comfortable if you're not already. And for a moment, watch the left shoulder as your short meditation while you're here. Watch the gentle rise and fall of the left shoulder as you breathe. And some days like today, when the sun shines early in the day, you just want to get out of bed, go out there, participate with people, with life, engage. And some days, just like, no. The drapes have to stay closed today. And you gotta, dig a little deeper to get more light. And some days it's ready to be had, some days not so much. But we do what we can do in the moment. Take 3 more breaths. These tools of yoga are there for those kinds of, all kinds of days, but sure come in handy on those days when the drapes don't readily open. Good. Rest your right hand on the floor. Good. And as you inhale, roll back onto your back, draw your knees to your chest, hug them in with your hands. Rock a little side to side. And then rock fully to your left side, second side. Rest your knees. Good. Use your bottom hand to hold your knees together and extend your top hand on the floor in front of you. With your top arm, reach up to the ceiling on the breath in. Exhale, stretch back. Allow your chest to face up, your right shoulder to drape back. And gaze to the right unless your neck needs otherwise. And then feel the breath into the right side body a few rounds. Watch the right shoulder reflect your breathing. Two more breaths here. And then rest your left hand on the floor. With an inhale, draw your knees back up to center. Hug them in at the top. All right. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Open the knees in opposite directions. Or hold the outer edges of the feet. And make 90-degree angles with your legs, or do what you can do to make your foot soles face the ceiling. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, bring your shoulder blades as deep into the floor as you can. And for more work, you can begin to plant your butt more deeper on the floor without losing the angle of the legs. And take 3 more breaths in this position. Good. And then gently release your feet, set them on the floor. Good. And please prepare for Shavasana. If you'd like to put your warm things on, now's a good time. Or grab a blanket from the prop shelf. And just like you've done for every other pose this afternoon, set yourself up in a way, in an optimal way for your physical release, for your softening. And of course, there's no need to physically stabilize in this final position. The floor does that for you. When we feel stable in life, we can let go, we can soften and surrender. There's a sweetness that comes with feeling stable and secure. And feel where the floor meets your body. Backs of the heels, calves, backs of the thighs, bum, parts of your back, parts of your arms, hands. Feel exactly where your head meets the floor. And allow your legs to completely surrender, not having to try anymore. In fact, allow that surrender to travel up through your body, that the breath is relaxed and quiet and easy. The belly and chest rhythmically expand and contract as needed with the breath. And the full weight of the arms and hands are taken into the floor. And release the jaw. Soften around your eyes. Broaden between your eyebrows and through your forehead. Now, if the blue sky metaphor had clouds in it, and the clouds were your thoughts, allow the thoughts to pass through like you were watching clouds without analyzing their shapes and details. Just watch them pass through the sky of your mind, but note the blue that's behind the thought clouds. Note the sky that holds the clouds. And when the thoughts decrease, so that there's more sky showing through in your mind's eye, more vastness. When that's occurring, that's how we're headed down into pratyahara, sense withdrawal. And let your passive awareness rest on the blueness of the sky rather than the thoughts. And drop down now into your clearest, quietest parts. Deepen your breath. On your next inhale, take a really big breath in your belly, your ribs, your chest. Exhale out your mouth with a ha. Stretch into your arms and your legs in any way you're called to do. And let go into the support of the floor. One at a time, bend your knees, set your feet on the floor. And roll to your side, please. Make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And when you're there, sit up tall, close your eyes. Sit in a way that reflects an opening of the drapes, the side body lengthened, chest bright. And for a moment, perceive your state of mind post-practice. So you'll be set up in a state of observation just for a moment. Yoga makes us more available for life. We bring more of our presence onto the mats, more of our presence to our relationships, to the work we do, the way we serve in the world. But it requires us to continuously throw the drapes over and over again. We do the work. Maybe some more of our light can be revealed, and that we're susceptible to the light around us. Bring your hands together in prayer position in front of your chest. We do this kind of work because it's so worth it. It feels good to feel good. Let's take one Om together to close. Breathe in. Om. To the light that passes through us all, bow your head to your hands. May this practice bring clarity of thought, sweetness of speech, and openness of heart. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Thanks for coming, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day.